welcome everybody to episode 8. Welcome back. We are gonna get into the NFL portion. Like and subscribe at Loudermouths at YouTube.
Like, subscribe, Loudermouths.
And I hope everybody enjoys the raffle, but we're gonna get into it. We are gonna talk about. Did you see that Chicago and Detroit game?
I seen that Chicago and Detroit game, and that was the first game of the week that just completely set it off. It's like, it seems like things are happening to make teams make it to where they're going to end up. Chicago should have won that game.
But you know what? It was bad play calling. They should have went for the field goal.
They should have went for the field goal before the play.
You know,
just go for the field goal.
I mean, Khalid Williams did have a good game. He had 256 yards. And DJ Moore had 97 yards from receiving. So he did pass the ball good. I think there was, one pick? There was one pick in that game he threw. But yeah, Detroit let that go. Detroit had what? I think they had a 13-point lead, 10-point lead in that game. Yeah. And but that was a hell of a game. All the games were pretty good. You know, even the Dallas and Giants game. You know, towards the end. I know. But hey, you were right about Tommy Cutlets. What happened? He got benched.
He got benched. Locke showed some life. He did.
Can we go?
Put me on the record right now, at this very second, that I am saying the Giants are the worst team in the NFL by far.
Thank you.
And couldn't beat the top 25 ranked college teams. They're that bad.
Well, no, I could guarantee there's not one freaking college team. Do you realize only 1.6% of college players make the pros? There's no way. No college team will ever be able to beat an NFL team. That is ridiculous. I don't care if you're number one Oregon, 11-0. That is bullshit.
Can I get some people? Can I get some comments on this?
You're not going to win that.
All right, maybe not the top 25. We'll say the top 10. The top 10
get out of here
could beat the New York Giants.
Get the
They
hell
are
out of
fucking
here.
horrible. They got rid of Danny Dimes.
Do you realize? Okay, so that was it.
It's the curse of Saquon. They'll never beat anything.
Over 90% of those players that are on the field won't even make the NFL.
Over 90% of the players on the Giants field shouldn't be in the NFL.
But they are.
It doesn't matter.
Listen, I will say you were right about one thing. Going back to the Detroit-Chicago game. NFC North is the best division in football. I was wrong. You were right. Go fuck yourself.
All right.
You enjoying yourself, Chris?
Definitely.
Good. Okay, just make sure that camera's on point. But yes, that was a hell of a game, and Chicago lost an offensive coordinator. I think they should have let the head coach go too. But you know what? He's going to be going at the end of the season. Just like Dallas won 2 in a row. Everybody's like, they might be the worst team in football.
They're only like a game out of the
They're one game out of the wild card. They're 5-7. Let me tell you something. It doesn't matter. In the NFL, it's hard to win. And I say this over and over. If it was easy to win, a team like the Steelers or a team like the Patriots, they would have it would be like basketball. They would have 20 wins. It would be like baseball. It is so hard to win because when it comes down to a team sport, you need to be more involved in the team aspect than any other sport. And besides hockey. But Dallas is on a break, and let me tell you something. Arizona's the 7th seed right now. They're not looking great. They are not looking great. Dallas might just think Cooper Rush, every time he comes in, he shows that he could do something. Which I was surprised. I mean, Drew Lock, I thought he was going to play better. He didn't.
Yeah, that big rush. Get you a little excited for a second. Make you think the Giants are, an NFL team.
And then, let me tell you something. Green Bay, next Thursday night, Green Bay and Detroit plays on Thursday Night Football. And let me tell you something. Green Bay, they're freaking looking good. They are looking good. Josh Jacobs now on that team, that guy's killing it. That guy is killing it. Rushing and receiving yards, he's averaging like 90 yards a game. So, Josh Jacobs, he's killing it. That's going to be a hell of a good game. But Detroit still is the best team in NFC. You know.
Yeah.
And then, so what's that shit you were bickering about with Kansas City and Vegas? What was that comment I gave you yesterday?
What was that Packers and Dolphins you missed? I'm loaded up on that. I am loaded up.
Okay, go ahead. Because I was just saying about I just said about Green Bay.
Okay, well I just want to throw in something.
Oh yeah, go ahead. No, cut me off.
Tua is. I'll just leave it at that. We'll move on.
No, but let me tell you something. Tua's not playing bad.
Tua
had a couple off throws, but you got to think Miami can't play in a cold.
Do you know they traveled with 3,500 pounds of winter clothing to make that trip? That's pretty wild.
We were going to go out at 25 degrees, which, don't get me wrong, football's a lot harder than this, somewhat good show, I guess you could say. But yeah, but I mean, but there was a lot of drop balls. Tyreek Hill dropped a couple of balls, but I just think with the cold, they're so used to playing in, Miami, and it's hard to them adjust. Even when you go to New York or something, it's not that cold. So,
yeah.
But
yeah.
But moving on.
Let's move on. Yes.
Kansas City and that. What was that comment that I sent to you on Facebook? Because you said what? What did you say on Facebook? You might have to go back and look at the comments.
I believe you said something about.
No, what did you say first?
Let's fucking go Raiders. That's what I said.
No, you said another comment on it and stuff like that.
You said something about it. Hold on. Let me look.
Pull it up. Because let me tell you something. First of all, I want to do everything. Why would a team intentionally lose? Oh, they're losing because of Taylor Swift. They're losing to this. First of all, if these players are playing like shit, they're going to get cut.
Jackson Powers Johnson, the great center for the Las Vegas Raiders. Okay? All right. I'm the Kansas City Chiefs. Sitting here, I'm like, he's the Vegas Raiders. O'Connell's back there. He's like checking out the defense, seeing what's going on. This fucking bum snaps the goddamn ball. Nobody says hi, hut, fucking Omaha, anything you gotta say. Hits O'Connell in the chest. And then all of a sudden, Chiefs got the ball, game over.
But let's think about this. They had 32 seconds left or something like that, and they were in a rush. They were driving down and stuff. And first of all, the center was a rookie center. Second of all, O'Connell, it's not like he's a fucking Hall of Fame fucking quarterback. It
was in no way whatsoever O'Connell's fault that happened.
Let me tell you.
They showed him looking like this, looking at the defense.
So you're telling me that he threw the game, the center, so he,
I'm saying
you're
Patrick Mahomes sold his soul to the devil. That's what I'm saying. Do I sound crazy? I might be. How the fuck are they winning these games? How are they blocking 20-something yard field goals?
Let me ask a question.
How are they freaking getting...
Let me ask you a question. Did you bet on any of the games yesterday?
No.
No, okay, well, if you had to bet, who would you pick? Chiefs or Raiders?
If I did bet, I would have probably happened to bet on the Raiders getting 13.5.
No, I'm saying if you were going to pick the money line.
If I was going to pick the money line, I would pick the Raiders. I wanted the Raiders to win.
Yeah, you wanted it, but if they're getting 13
a hell of a payout. It was like plus 7.
Yeah, and guess what? You would have lost. No, you would have got the 13.5.
Yeah.
Okay, but let me tell you something. When it comes down to straight up winning and stuff like that, because that's what they're doing.
They should have straight up lost.
But they
did. They should have straight up lost.
They did it.
That's because...
this is what I said. So if a game comes down to something close with Buffalo and a mistake happens with Buffalo, that means that fucking Josh Allen paid off the fucking refs. If something like that happened with Buffalo, but it happens with that.
If it didn't happen... Okay, if it happened with Buffalo, if it happened with the Jets, if it happened with the Patriots, if it happened with the fucking Seahawks, it wouldn't matter. It happens occasionally. This has happened every fucking game for Kansas City.
So you're telling me with
every game,
Kansas City, the field goal block, that was rigged, that was staged. The hell out of here.
You got to look at the penalties.
Do you think Kansas City has a great team?
No. No, I don't.
Okay. Well, I think that they're going to go further than Buffalo in the playoffs.
You also thought that Aaron Rodgers was going to bring the Jets to the AFC Championship.
But who did I pick? Who did I pick against Bills and Chiefs?
You picked the Chiefs.
You going to make a bet I did?
It doesn't matter what you. The Bills. It's like.
When the Chiefs are a playoff team, they are something totally different. You cannot tell me that Josh Allen is better than freaking Patrick Mahomes. Look at the stats alone.
Oh, there was an alarm.
All I know
I stopped it.
is say what you may, but in about 2 months, when we're sitting in this exact spot, you're going to tell me once again what you told me earlier.
But
you're going to say, you know what, Chucky, you were right. You were right.
Let me ask you a question. Last year, when they went on that 7-game win streak, did you say that they were going to the Super Bowl? I guarantee you did. And I wasn't even talking to you then.
Last year, they were 6-5, and they won.
And did you say that they're going to win the Super Bowl? I guarantee you did, once they went on that 7-game.
Okay, but this is a different year. You say the Jets are going to win the Super Bowl every year, too.
But you know what? I have to be optimistic. They're probably not going to win the Super Bowl their whole life. You actually got a team that's contending for it.
And
You're not talking really. Listen, if it was Chiefs and the Jets were playing good playoff football, I would still say that they're not going to be able to beat the Chiefs. You're talking as a fan. You're not talking as a realist.
How am I not talking as a realist?
Because no matter what he does, you thought you thought O'Connell was gonna beat fucking Patrick Mahomes.
He should have.
But he did it.
He should have.
And just like what, 80% of the rest of the country.
But didn't you act like the Chiefs pulled it out? Like it was a fuck up on a less than mediocre team that should have won that game. If they wouldn't have ran another play and just kicked the fucking field goal, game over.
Well, you know what? They had a timeout, so if they weren't on point. So let me ask you a question. Yesterday during the game, the Chiefs, how many offensive offsides did they have? 2 of them. Okay? That was the same thing that happened with it. They were rushing and stuff, they got called as an offensive offsides. And that's why that it was considered a fumble.
No, it wasn't offensive. It was a illegal line change.
Yeah, okay, illegal shift, okay.
Okay.
But that's the same thing as a freaking offside.
But it was offsides until the refs were like, wait a second, the Chiefs recovered the ball. I don't care. It doesn't. Everybody's going to say I'm crazy. I'm not the only one saying it. Okay? There's reasons the Chiefs keep winning games.
You're saying it's rigged. I am not. I don't believe it.
Do you know how much money is in a three-peat?
Okay.
Do you know that Taylor Swift, the most popular person in the world, is dating somebody on the best
Do I think there's going to
franchise
be a
of
reaching?
football?
I don't think that fucking Chiefs could beat Detroit. I don't think the Chiefs could beat Green Bay.
Could beat Detroit. I don't think Chiefs could beat Philly. And I damn sure know the Chiefs cannot beat Buffalo.
Well, you know what? We're going to see in the playoffs because most likely they're going to be facing off against each other.
At some point, yeah.
You know? Well, it's going to be the AFC wild card, the championship.
I've talked to Chiefs fans, diehards that lived in Kansas City their whole lives. I've spoken to them, and even they're saying the same thing.
Well, I could get...
Where do you think I got the soul to soul thing from?
I could get 4 Chiefs fans that on the phone right now because I lived in Kansas City too.
I could too.
You know, and it will good. I could call my cousins. I could call plenty of people. That's where all my family is out there.
And they'll all tell you the same thing.
I guarantee.
They should not be winning these games.
You know, so
it's not because of their skill.
So
they didn't win yesterday because of their skill, because of their talent.
So if that happened, well, no. Sometimes you get lucky with it. So if that
sometimes, yes.
Listen,
if it happened to Buffalo, yes, it was.
But let me tell you something.
Sometimes you get lucky. You don't get lucky every fucking week.
Well, but it's the same thing that happened. If you looked at the fucking Eagles back in 2004, 2003 when they went to the fucking Super Bowl and they lost to the Patriots. They had, I think, 13 games that was a touchdown or less. They said it just sort of on SportsCenter.
What, Kansas City, yeah?
What?
You talking about Kansas City?
No, I'm talking about the Eagles back in 2003 through 2004. They had 13 games that was a touchdown or less when they won.
Same thing with the Chiefs.
Yeah, so you're saying back then with Eagles, it was rigged. It was staged.
No, they were winning games.
They won.
They beat Denver because they blocked a field goal with no time on the clock. They beat Oakland because their center's a fucking idiot. There's other games. I wish I could name them.
Exactly. If it was that easy, you'd be able to name it off your
I
head.
don't even know who else they played besides them teams.
Exactly.
Buffalo beat their fucking ass.
Well, I know they beat Chargers pretty good.
They didn't win any game by more than double digits this year.
Yes, they did.
No, they did not. Yeah, look that up. Tell me once again, like you told me
didn't.
earlier on in the show.
I'm
Okay, tell me I was right again.
And I'm saying that too.
They didn't win one game.
Nope. They only won one game by more than one possession.
26-13 versus Saints. 28-18 versus 49ers.
Where?
Right here. I'm looking at it right here. 28-18. 49ers. 26-13. So they have 2 games.
2 games.
But still. I mean, you gotta understand. You're just saying right now that
They should have lost
did
to Carolina last week.
But you know what, they did it. And I'm not saying that. I don't think that they could beat the Lions or Packers or most of the teams.
But you're not mentioning you think they could beat the Bills.
Yes, when it comes to the playoffs, because they know each other so well. They play each other. It's the same thing with it's the same thing when you're playing divisional games. Who were you gonna pick on fucking when it was Cleveland and Pittsburgh? Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
Everybody did.
Yeah.
But you know what? When it's games in the conference and it's ones that you play, Andy Reid and Sean McDermott.
Division.
No, that's not the division.
We don't play each other every year.
No, but Sean McDermott and Andy Reid know each other so well.
Yeah. But pieces of the game change constantly.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't matter how well you know. Like eventually, eventually Peyton Manning beat out Tom Brady.
Yes,
like,
but the thing about it, you play somebody so much, or you play somebody in the playoffs or something like that.
But if you look at the Chiefs this year compared to other years,
I'm not
they
saying
are not a dominant team.
No, and I'm not.
They're not really even.
When did I say that they're a dominant team? Well, they're a good team. They're the number 1 seed in the thing. You can't say they're not a good team. You ask if the Chiefs are a good team. To anybody out there, comment on this stuff. AloudMouths@gmail.com.
Do you see what they're doing?
Yes.
How they're winning.
You can't say that. And you know what? So that even says this. They're able to win in
A good team would beat Oakland by more than 2 points. Luckily, because
Let me ask you a question.
They should have lost
Are
that game.
you able to? You guys didn't even have it. Maybe under that pressure where you guys were down by a point, you guys would blow it. Wait, you did blow it against Houston when you were down a couple points. So maybe you guys can't fucking go, and Bills can't fucking go and win a close game. You guys got to kill them where you can't win. Maybe Bills are...
kill them every week.
Except for Houston. What happened with Houston when it was a close game? You blew it.
The coach blew it. McDermott blew that.
The team's a fucking team. I'm not saying that they're going to win a Super Bowl. I don't think they're going to win a Super Bowl, and I said that in the beginning of the season. But I think right now, when it comes down to it, they're a whole different team in the playoffs. And you'll see that.
Fuck the Chiefs. On to the next one.
Okay.
Sunday's games.
So we got Chargers
And Falcons.
In that one I picked... What did I pick in that one? I believe I picked the Chargers. Yeah, I picked the Chargers in that one.
I mean, it's really a coin flip game. Falcons need it more.
Oh, absolutely.
I think they're tied for the division lead right now, 6-5. Big 6-5. Tough team. Isn't that the best team in the NFC? Somebody said.
Yeah, what did I say? I was wrong. You keep pulling that shit. You're gonna be wrong about the Bills.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see. But
And yeah, next year I'm gonna say the Jets are winning the Super Bowl too. Am I realistic? No. Am I
they might if they
optimistic?
get
Yes.
the door.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. He ain't even gonna be a Super Bowl champion. And I'm still saying Dallas is getting him.
Dallas keeps winning. They ain't getting nobody.
They can trade up.
They ain't gonna give up on Dak. Jerry Jones for
You have a fucking contract, a rookie contract. You have him sit.
Yeah, but they're not gonna do that. They're gonna look for something now. I don't know.
They're not gonna look for something now.
Dallas is always a win now, even though they haven't won.
They're gonna keep Prescott. They didn't sign him all that money, so they're gonna sit him next year.
I know, that's what I'm saying. They're not gonna sit Shador is not.
Yeah,
gonna
they
come in and
will.
sit. Shador is not going to want to come in and sit.
It doesn't matter what Shador wants. Shador's going to do what the team says. Because if he's an asshole, nobody's going to want him. The same thing with Josh Rosen when he came in. I'm the best quarterback.
I can look at a couple teams right now that would die to have Shador Sanders.
Well, yeah, Giants, I think.
I think the Giants. I think probably the Titans. I don't think the Jags are ready to give up on T-Law yet. But
No,
Derek Carr's old.
the Titans aren't going to give up on Will Levis.
They should.
They're not going to. Well, he's been playing decent the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, they've been all right.
Well,
They've been doing all right.
you know.
All right, on to the next game. What do we say? Chargers. I say the Falcons got to win. You say the Chargers. What do you guys say?
We have Steelers and Bengals. I like Steelers in that. I think it's going to be a close game, divisional game, but I like the Steelers. I like the Steelers by a field goal.
I like the way Burrow's been lighting it up. If he could have did that a couple weeks sooner, they'd be able to stand a little bit of a chance. But I mean, I think they could still make a playoff run. I mean, I think they're clicking offensively. They're clicking, and the Steelers can't hang with top-notch offense. The defense is very good, but they can't compete with it. They can't keep up. Russell Wilson's been putting up points. He has. But, I mean, I think this is...
But you also,
Bengals are home. I think it's a letdown
but
spot
the
for the
defense
Steelers.
with it, they're leading the league, or they're one of the leading teams in rushing the quarterback. So, you also got to think.
Burrow's got a quick release.
Yeah, but Burrow also gets sacked a lot.
He does.
And let me ask you a question. You don't think T.J. Watt could get to Burrows?
I think T.J. Watt could get to anybody he wants.
Exactly. Just like Max Crosby.
As we seen yesterday.
By the way, 5 sacks on Patrick Mahomes yesterday.
The Viking was a...
And there was no rushing yards from Patrick Mahomes. No, I'm sorry. There was 5 rushing yards by Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, he didn't even try.
Yeah, there was 5.
He was getting nailed quick.
Okay, Cardinals and Vikings.
I'm
I'm going to like the Vikings. I think Cardinals are going on a downhill.
I want to say the Cardinals because I feel like the Vikings start off good all the time. I mean, it's more than halfway through the season, so it's not a start anymore. But I feel like they're due to lose. They're not.
I could see 3 teams being in the playoffs for the NFC North. And
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean,
That's going to happen.
Cardinals. away they're 2-3 in away games.
Yeah.
And you know what? Let me tell you something. Sam Darnold. Yeah, I mean, but he still finds a way to win. He still throws for 250 yards a game. I mean,
he's got a crazy receiving core.
he does, but we'll see what happens with that. Okay, next is going to be Colts and Patriots. I like Patriots again.
I like Patriots too. I think Drake May is a bright ray of sunshine for the New England organization ever since.
And I
Brady
hate
and
fucking
Belichick era.
Patriots.
I mean,
I just think the Patriots are going to end up being like a 5-win team this year.
if they've been doing better.
Their defense been playing a lot better too.
Yeah.
See, I'm a big defensive guy. So I'm always going to look at the defense because you know what? When it comes down to it, if you got a real powerful, and it's proof from the Super Bowl era, that if you got a real powerful defense, those are the teams that win the Super Bowl. Seahawks and Jets. Seahawks.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have another disagreement. I'm going with the Jets.
Well, what did you tell me? You always go with the Jets.
They got so much talent. It's hard not to.
I would not be surprised if frickin' Rodgers is running that team. Frickin' Joe Douglas just got fired. We didn't talk about that since. So they got an interim GM now. Woody Johnson is still letting Aaron Rodgers.
I don't know how crazy this sounds. I don't know if it was a reliable source that I heard it from. But word is that Woody Johnson...
This could be a rumor, so we're not saying this for facts.
Woody Johnson's 17-year-old son is looking on social media and seeing what fans say and telling his dad it's a great idea, and his father going forth and making it happen.
Can I tell you something? I saw that and I never heard of the website. It was on Facebook. I clicked on it and it wasn't like one thing about it is this: you have to go by legit sources with real things. You can't go by. First of all, Chris.
That's a pretty. Like I said before, I said it. It's a rumor.
Yeah.
You
See,
know,
First of all, I hope that Woody Johnson becomes an ambassador of the UK again for Trump, so his son could take over. Because that's what happened last time, and maybe Woody Johnson's son will grow some balls. I believe his name is Chris Davis. I'm not positive, but maybe he'll grow some balls and be like, "Okay, Rogers, we're not doing it." They let Rogers go because I believe they owe him $39 million, and I believe it's you know. But if he just
just gonna let
leaves,
Rodgers go.
well, Rogers isn't doing nothing.
They're the Jets. They don't give a damn if he's doing nothing or not. He's putting asses in the fucking seats.
You know what? I just sold my tickets for this week.
Well, I don't blame you.
Do you know why?
You should have went because they're actually going to win this week.
But that's what you say every week, and you're like, I knew I should have took them, but they always seem to fuck me.
The Seahawks suck.
The Seahawks are leading the NFC North, the NFC West.
Yeah, at 6-5.
Yes, and they're gonna be 7-5. And I'm a Jets fan, a huge Jets fan. I got
I
got the team tatted on my arm. Where's your Bills tattoo? Where's your Bills tattoo?
He's going against his
Where's
own
your
team.
Bills tattoo?
His own team he's going
You're
against.
fucking right, because I'm a realist. They got so much more to play for.
The Jets can make a run.
No, they got a fucking 0.6% chance of making the playoffs. Not even a
So
1%.
you're saying there's a chance?
I'm saying there's a chance.
JTS!
Jets! Texans and Jaguars. I like. For some reason, I think I'm gonna take Texans, but I think that it's gonna be a close game with Jaguars. I don't know. I just think that they're fucking when I was picking my games this week, I was up and down about what it should.
I think Trevor Lawrence, I was a big Trevor Lawrence fan when he first came out. I was like, yeah, he's going to come out, all-American boy, I think he is now on the train to bust town. He's not going to be anything good. I mean, he's got...
Well, he's injured. Is he still injured? Is Mac Jones starting this week?
I don't think so.
Because he was injured. Mac Jones started a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he played last week. I just think that he's not the guy to take the team into the playoffs. I mean, he had a great year. What was it? Year before last, but hasn't done a damn thing since. And Jaguars are really bad. Their offense is pathetic, and they got some talent. So I mean,
Rams and Saints. And remember, all of these games actually started next week. The games that we talk about and stuff like that, put it in. And I'll explain at the end of this, but make sure you put it in. Starting next week. Not this week, starting next week. Your picks and send it to us.
I got to go with the Rams. I think they're a better team than the Saints. Derek Carr isn't doing nothing.
I picked the Saints. Because do you realize that the Saints are 3-0 since they fired their head coach?
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
That's impossible. They started off 2-0. They're only 4-7.
Okay, then they won 2 in a row.
After losing 7 in a row. Who's still
Oh yeah, they beat the Falcons and the Browns. And then they got the Rams.
Yeah, the Rams, I think the Rams make it a 3-way tie in the NFC West.
Oh no.
That's what I think they do. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be a tie unless the other teams lost, but Buccaneers have a chance to do that. That's the next game we'll talk about. But yeah, I say Rams over Saints. Derek Carr is an old, washed-up bum. And, Rams just got the talent. They got Kupp. They got Nakua.
Yeah, but they had them last week and they lost. They lost to Miami.
Well, Miami's like a heater. They're hot and cold. I don't know. I think Miami should have. I thought Miami was going to beat Green Bay. Or was I wrong?
Bucks and Panthers. saying Baker Mayfield's going to have a hell of a game.
I think Baker Mayfield is going to have a hell of a game, but I don't know what it is with me. For some reason, I feel like the Panthers are on the verge. Like, they're coming so close to winning. They're playing a lot better than they were in the first couple games. I'm saying the Panthers.
49ers and Bills. I got Bills, too. I
You
think
missed a
it's...
couple games. What are you doing here?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I missed one game. Eagles and Ravens, right?
Yeah, you missed the Titans and Commanders earlier, too, but that's okay.
Oh, did I? So we'll talk about that one.
The Eagles and Ravens.
I got Eagles.
Gotta go with the Eagles.
I hate Eagles, but
Gotta go with the Eagles.
Saquon Barkley is freaking killing it.
On point.
He had-
Derrick Henry's doing,
But
just crazy things, too.
Eagles defense is playing a lot better than freaking
They are.
Ravens defense. I think Ravens defense is like 21 in the league.
I honestly think, call me crazy, I think the Eagles are the best team in the NFC right now.
Yeah, I think that they could go to the Super Bowl. I think it could be
I think it's
Detroit and Eagles NFC championship.
I think
game.
it's going to be the Eagles. Yeah, I can see that. But I definitely see the Eagles coming out of the NFC.
See, Detroit's going to be Eagles in Detroit. That's going to be
Like you said earlier about the Chiefs, it's a different story when it comes to the playoffs. Remember what happened last year? And
Yeah, but remember, Eagles didn't go far last year.
I'm talking about Detroit. Detroit didn't go far either.
They won their first playoff round, the wild card.
Yeah.
But a lot of theirs first season. So you got to understand, your first year you get
No way. Nobody's first season was last year.
Aiden Hutchinson's wasn't it? No, Aiden Hutchinson came a few years ago. Yeah.
No, they were all. I think Gibbs was a rookie.
Okay.
But I mean, they still had Montgomery, and
Titans and
McCoy and all
Commanders.
them.
I got Commanders. I think Commanders off 2 losses in a row. I think that they're gonna come and they're gonna.
Yeah, I think Commanders at home, bounce back. I think that they should be able to beat the Titans.
49ers and Bills. Of course, you're gonna say that all the time, every time, because they could have a 5-8 record, and you're gonna be like the Bills are coming back.
No, I mean, do you really think the 49ers are going to beat them? They got their whole team back. They're at full strength, so you can't look at their record and be like, oh well, they're back.
Who do I think 49ers are?
Yeah.
No, I don't. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, I believe that Amari Cooper is making a big fucking impact with them. That's somebody that they got a double team because you leave him open, he's scoring.
I think it's
I don't even think it's a close game.
no.
I think it's going to be like I'm going to say it's going to be a 31-17 game.
I like that score.
I
think I don't think it's going to be that high. They're getting like 4
And
to 5 feet of snow.
But Brock Purdy, I don't even think's playing.
Brock, even if he's not playing, I mean, he's a system quarterback. You could throw Joey Zahn, and he'll be throwing touchdowns to Kittle. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, but I don't think San Fran's going to score much. They're expecting 4 to 5 feet of snow in the region. About like
that lake
effect
though.
is like 13 to 17 inches on field.
And not even that, but with that lake effect, it's real cold.
Yeah.
It's like 10 degrees colder with the wind chill.
It's going to be real cold. I don't know if the 49ers are ready for that, but
you know what? I believe that they'll be more ready than the freaking Miami is in cold weather.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Browns and Broncos, Monday Night Football.
Broncos.
I got
Nix on the
Broncos.
rise. I'm telling you right now.
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you, what do you think of Bo Nix?
Bo Nix, I think Bo Nix is going to get better each year. I think he's going to throw 1 interception this game. I think Sean Payton has a good enough offensive scheme where he's I think Bo Nix is going to be good. I think he's going to
he's going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Me too. I was just about to say that. So, but we'll see. With that, we're going to let you guys go. It's longer than, so we hope all you guys have a good week. Remember, started next week.
This really cool ass thing. This is cool as hell.
Yep, I'm telling you. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. We want to spin this. We want to give away free boxes. We just need you to tune in starting next week. And we will tell the picks. Well, it won't be next week. It'll be the week after that we have the winners. But starting next week game. So what you guys could do is, you know what? Fuck it. If we get any in, have it in by 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Pick the games, write it up, email us at loudamounts.com. All you got to do, circle your names, email it at loudamounts@gmail.com. Okay? And if you're going to do it and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Because you need to make sure that you guys are subscribed. You know? But, yeah, you know what? Take the guesses for today. And by tomorrow, have them in by tomorrow at 9 a.m. And if they are, we will get them ready. You know what? 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
Yeah. But I'm going to look at 10:01 a.m. See who's in. Please, guys, go. Win free boxes. You can win up to $1,000. Don't cost you no money. It's, you know, we want to do this for you. We thank you. So, everybody, get loud and stay loud.